Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to Jargon Free Help. This week I mentioned on Twitter that my TV is internet ready and it can connect to the internet so I can watch things like BBC iPlayer, if you're in the UK, Love Film, and there's a whole load of others as well, Eurosport and other things available from Sony and also YouTube. And it's a TV that connects directly to the internet and a lot of people want to know how I did that. So I'm going to show you how to do that this week. I also have an old Apple TV, which is a box that also connects to the internet. Basically, it's like an iPod, I guess, and it connects to your television. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's go and see how that works. The first thing you need to do is connect the TV to your router, which could be wireless, of which you would need on this particular TV to get a wireless adapter. On this one, I'm going to connect it via a cable directly to the router, and I do that simply by plugging it in over here. That then should automatically connect and pick up the settings for the router. If it's wireless, you'll have to put in your security key, such as your WEP key. Okay, once connected, what you need to do is just go into your options and just check that the settings are okay. And I can do that. Here I am. I've got my network settings down here. I've just gone into my home settings and I can look in my network setup and then I can just choose view network status. It's checking. The IP address, which is what connects you to the internet, is automatic, and you can see that it's coming up here with the right numbers in there. If you've got no numbers, something is wrong, or if an IP address starts with 169, you've probably got a problem as well. I've had to blur some of these out, obviously. Right, so if I now just go back, what I can now do is just press on my internet video button and you'll see it comes up with some options. And you can see it's got things like video on demand, BBC iPlayer. Now this is useful for people in the UK. All I simply do is select it. You can still see the video that's playing in the background that's coming through your normal TV, which happened to be an episode of Jargon Free Help. And you'll see it takes a moment for it to load, and there it is, it's coming up, booting up the BBC iPlayer, which is built into the TV. Now if you don't have this on a TV, what you could do is get a Blu-ray player. Sony, I believe, have a Blu-ray player that also has BBC iPlayer in there, as does the Wii, and also the PlayStation 3 has it too. What I can do, you can see I've got programs here. There's Michael McIntyre, he was on last night. All I simply do is I can now select it. This is the content, the most popular stuff they've got right here on the home page. I can go to channels and you'll see that I've got channels that I can select. I can choose categories or I can search. If I go over to search, you'll see that it will load up in a moment. And then what I do is I use the remote in the same way that you use to text. So I can actually go, as I start typing it in, it starts filtering down the list. And there it is, Michael McIntyre, Hello Wembley. This was a great concert, if you can call it a concert, gig. And I'm just going to select it. It's now loading. On the left here you'll see it's got Watch Now, or I could go for higher quality if you've got a faster connection. I'm going to do this. I am over 16, so if you're not over 16 you're watching this, perhaps you shouldn't be watching this bit. However, the bit that I'm going to show you doesn't contain any strong language. So there you go, it's getting ready to play. I've not sped anything up here in using this, so you'll see. There we go, there's the quality. I can pause by pressing the OK button, and I can press again. And you can see it's just playing absolutely seamlessly. And you could see I could actually go now back, choose other programs, but I'm actually going to go back to that list just to give you an idea of the things you've got. Different countries, depending on where you've got your sets, might have different features. There we go. And you'll see in the UK, it's got things like Demand 5, which is Channel 5, Love Film, which is a DVD rental service, but you can now get it online as well. Sony has a whole load of stuff. There is the FIFA World Cup collection, Eurosport, and there is YouTube. Other useful ones are Blip, which are higher quality, Ford Models, Daily Motion, Howcast. These are all excellent. And you'll see there's a huge list that I can get directly online without switching on my computer. But one that is popular is clearly YouTube. I'm just going to go back to it. I select it. And once again, it has to load up. And you can get information directly on here. So I could search. You've got most popular, most discussed, most response, most viewed. I'm going to go to search, click on search. I can do a new search here. I can use the remote control to actually, where am I going here? Type out what I'm looking for. And I could just go, maybe I should have chosen something short to type in, but for copyright reasons I do like to keep this on stuff that I actually own. There we go. Let's just do the search on that. So off we go. Jargon-free help would be better, but let's go for that. I'm now on search, press on that, and away we go. You'll see there's a few others. Oh, there we go. One that I was just watching. So I can connect up using YouTube on here. Again, YouTube is available on a whole load of boxes, including a whole load of Blu-ray ones. It also works on an Apple one. So if I select that, you'll see that's full screen. That's YouTube. Quite amazing the quality that you'll see there. So as you can see, internet-ready TVs, connect it to the internet. If you've got a decent connection, you can watch things directly on your TV. So as you can see, it's pretty straightforward, and if you've got a TV that isn't internet ready, there are devices you can connect that will connect you to the internet, such as Blu-ray players and also things like the Apple TV as well. There are other boxes there too. I could have connected mine wirelessly, but I connected it directly by cable into the router. So that's how you do it. As you can see, pretty straightforward, and well, is it the future? Maybe it is. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next week.